Have you ever stopped to consider what could happen if you poured every ounce of your commitment into just 30 days? Not a decade, not a lifetime, but 30 days of unrelenting focus, 30 days of ironclad discipline, 30 days with a mindset locked on victory. Napoleon Hill, the legendary author of Think and Grow Rich, uncovered a timeless secret. Lasting transformation doesn't demand forever. It begins with a single, intense 30-day cycle of self-mastery. If you're exhausted from starting and stalling, if you've made promises to yourself only to break them, if you're tired of watching others soar while you remain anchored in place, this message is for you. Today, I'm going to reveal how the power of 30 days can reshape your mindset, rewire your habits, and redefine your future using the same principles that transformed ordinary individuals into millionaires, innovators, and visionaries. Before we dive in, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. What habit are you ready to revolutionize in the next 30 days? Stay with me until the end, and you'll walk away with a plan that's clear, actionable, and quietly life-altering. Shall we continue with Chapter 2? Chapter 2. Context: Napoleon Hill and the 30-day transformation cycle. Napoleon Hill dedicated over 2 decades to studying the world's most successful figures, titans like Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford, and Thomas Edison, who rose from humble beginnings to build empires. What he discovered wasn't luck, privilege, or even raw talent. It was mindset, a belief system forged through persistent, repeated action. Hill taught that success begins as a seed in the mind but takes root through daily, intentional effort. He offered not just philosophy, but a practical tool, a 30-day cycle designed to install new beliefs, craft a new identity, and rewire your brain for wealth, discipline, and achievement. Why 30 days? Science and experience align here. It's the minimum time required to disrupt old patterns, push past mental resistance, and embed a new habit so deeply it becomes second nature. Hill's brilliance lay in his simplicity. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. That's a trap that keeps most people stuck. Instead, big wins stem from small, consistent steps. A thought, repeated, becomes a belief. A belief, reinforced, becomes a habit. A habit, sustained for 30 days, becomes your new reality. This cycle isn't about perfection, it's about momentum. Chapter 3. The problem: why most never break free. Let's get real for a moment. Change isn't impossible, and you're not lacking potential. The brutal truth is that most people abandon their goals because they don't stick with a habit long enough to see it bear fruit. We're conditioned for instant gratification, expecting a chiseled physique after one gym session, a fortune after one trade, or inner peace after a single meditation. But life doesn't work that way. Most give up on day 3, day 7, or, if they're resilient, day 10. Why? Because they're still tethered to their old identity, the version of themselves that craves comfort, fears failure, and succumbs to distraction. Napoleon Hill warned us. Your only limitation is the one you set up in your own mind. Too many are trapped in mental loops, repeating failure until it feels like destiny. But it's not destiny, it's programming. And programming can be rewritten. You don't need a new life. You need 30 days of unwavering focus. But first, you must confront the truth. Nothing changes until you do. The question is, are you ready to fight for it? Chapter 4. Tension Rising, the Battle of 30 Days. Let's be honest, the first few days of a new habit feel exhilarating. You're fueled by motivation, riding a wave of enthusiasm, feeling invincible just for starting. But then, it hits, the inner voice that whispers, you're exhausted. This is too hard. One day off won't matter. You can restart next week. That voice isn't you. It's the old you, the mental software fighting to survive. Here's what most don't realize. Around day 6, 10, or 14, the struggle intensifies, not because you're failing, but because you're winning. Committing to a habit for 30 days isn't just about changing your routine. It's a direct challenge to your identity. Your brain resists. Your body rebels. Old habits claw for control. But if you push through, something extraordinary unfolds. By day 15, you notice a shift. You're waking up with purpose, thinking sharper, standing taller. The habit that once felt like a burden starts to feel like a lifeline. By day 20, the old you feels like a distant memory. By day 25, it's not about willpower, it's about alignment. By day 30, you've earned something rare, self-respect. That's the game changer. When you keep your word to yourself for 30 days, you become unstoppable, not because the habit is flawless, but because you've become a person who finishes what they start. Chapter 5, Turning Point, Hill's Formula for Mindset Mastery. Napoleon Hill didn't just preach mindset, he provided a blueprint. His method begins with a definite chief aim, a crystal-clear goal you can name, measure, and pursue with relentless passion. Vague wishes won't cut it. Specificity is power. Next comes autosuggestion, a tool often misunderstood. It's not about chanting empty affirmations. It's about feeding your subconscious a new identity daily. Hill's process is simple but profound. First, define your goal with precision. Second, write it down in the present tense, as if it's already yours. Third, read it aloud every morning and night, infusing it with emotion. Finally, back it with consistent action. That's where the 30-day cycle shines. Each time you show up for your habit, you're chiseling away at the old you and sculpting the new. Each time you speak your goal, you're embedding it deeper into your mind. Hill believed that repetition, charged with emotion, rewires reality. Your brain doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's vividly imagined. It believes what you feed it consistently. Picture this: 30 days of waking with purpose, declaring your future, and acting in alignment with the person you're becoming. That's not just a habit, it's a revolution. And the best part? You don't need anyone's permission, just the courage to begin and the grit to keep going. Chapter 6, Climax, the silent shift to victory. Around day 21, something subtle but profound happens. You stop seeking validation. You stop obsessing over who's noticing your progress. You stop justifying your journey to those who wouldn't get it. Why? Because you've changed. You're no longer chasing outcomes. You're living in alignment. Motivation fades, but momentum takes over. You don't need external cheers because you've earned your own respect. This is the transformation Napoleon Hill championed. He wrote that faith is the foundation of all success, but faith isn't blind hope. It's confidence forged through action. The evidence: your consistency, your repetition, your quiet discipline when no one's watching. Most never reach this point. They quit before the breakthrough. But if you stay the course for 30 days, something awakens. You move with purpose. You think with clarity. You reject distractions without hesitation. You guard your time, energy, and values fiercely. You become selective, grounded, unstoppable. Success doesn't roar, it whispers. It's not flashy, it's disciplined. It's forged in silence. By the time others notice, you're already a force, because you didn't just change your habits in 30 days. You changed who you are. And when you transform yourself, the world has no choice but to shift in response. Chapter 7, Unexpected Ending, the Invisible Wealth of 30 Days. When you think of wealth, your mind might leap to bank accounts, luxury cars, or beachfront villas. But Napoleon Hill saw deeper. True wealth is invisible. It's the confidence to stand tall in any room, the clarity to know your path and reject distractions, the discipline to honor your commitments even when no one's watching. These are the treasures no one can take from you. And they're exactly what 30 days of intentional living will unlock. You don't need a windfall or a stroke of luck. What you need is proof. Proof that you're no longer the person you were. Proof that you can be trusted with your own dreams. Proof that you're building something enduring. Consider this. Every day you show up for yourself, you're depositing into a vault of self-trust. By day 30, that vault is overflowing. And here's the secret Hill knew. When you cultivate this inner wealth, the external rewards, money, respect, opportunities, follow naturally. Success isn't something you chase. It's something you attract by becoming a person who deserves it. So, if you've ever felt left behind, if you've doubted your potential, try this. Choose one habit, commit to it for 30 days, track it diligently, speak it boldly, own it fully. You'll be stunned at what's waiting beyond your excuses. Chapter 8, Call to Action, your 30-day challenge. Before we close, let's make this real. Right now, pick one habit that aligns with the person you want to become. Maybe it's waking up an hour earlier to work on your side hustle, reading 10 pages of a book each day, or cutting out mindless scrolling to focus on your goals. Write it down. Set a clear, measurable target. Then, For the next 30 days, show up. No excuses, no compromises. Track your progress in a journal. Speak your goal aloud morning and night, as Hill prescribed. When resistance hits, and it will, push through. You're not just building a habit, you're building a new you. Share your commitment in the comments below, and let's hold each other accountable. 30 days from now, you won't just have a new habit, you'll have a new identity. Are you in?